Howdy, folks. Welcome back to another episode of the Reseller Niche podcast. I'm actually redoing this one because I did this yesterday and it kind of didn't really work. So I'm going to test this down really fast, see if this is working or not. Hi, folks. Welcome back to another episode of the Reseller Niche podcast. It looks like it's working. So that's cool. Sorry about that. Like I said, yesterday I did this and it was all garbled. So let me go through this. This is going to be just a sold video. I just wanted to go through some of the stuff that recently sold and talk about that a little bit. And I just grabbed a few things. I am mainly a clothing seller, but I'm going to try and make this interesting, especially since last week's one didn't come out either. That died after about 9 minutes if you're watching on YouTube. But I'll try and make this interesting for anyone listening on the podcast too. And before I get started, if anyone hasn't been to our Facebook group, the Reseller Niche Help group, please check that out. And also, if anyone would like to find us on Instagram, we are Instagram handle reseller_niche. So let me get started here. So first of all, I'm going to get started with this. This is just a basic t-shirt I picked up. This was summertime. What I'm holding up is a red t-shirt that says News 10 ABC. It's not really a vintage tag. It's a Hanes heavyweight tag. You can see that right there. Nothing fancy. And what it has that I thought was cool, obviously, was the Hanes tag, which makes it kind of look vintage, but it's not. I think this is about 10 years old. And then also the News 10 ABC. I got it for about 50 cents. Not much at all. And it color is helpful. So that's why I picked this one up. And then, but it's not, sorry about that. So this one, let me pull up the solds for this one so we can see what it actually sold for. I believe it sold for about $30 shipped. And let's see here. Yep, this one went for $27.66 shipped. So that was a pretty decent sale for 50 cents or maybe a $1 buy. So let me put this aside for now. Okay, this is literally, this is what I mean about t-shirts that I pick them up all the time. Literally a black t-shirt here. It's just a black t-shirt, nothing fancy at all. And if you can see, that was why I bought it right here. You can see that. I can get my finger out of the way. That QTs of California tag is what I was looking for. I mean, not that I was looking for. I look for tags in general that are older. Right there, QTs of California, made in USA, that type of thing. So in the back, no, nothing fancy. That was it. It was just a vintage tee. XL, nothing fancy, and I like the old labels. If I can get them for super cheap, I'll take them. And it's just something that I do because I like having those in my inventory, added keywords and everything. They are slow sellers, I must say. This one took at least 6 months to sell, so it's not something that's going to go overnight. But like I said, that tag is what I was interested in. I was already buying shirts. This one sold for $15 shipped. And that was why I picked it up, actually. So, okay, moving on. This is another shirt. This is bread and butter for me. Athletic wear. It's nothing fancy. Just a tank top. It is. Fila, something other. They're all similar. Material similar. Fila Sport, XL, black. Oh, sorry, gray tank top. Nothing, nothing fancy at all. This one again was, let's see, $21.64 shipped, including tax. Some of that they add in California, depending on your state, they add the different taxes. So that one was another one. I sell all kinds of stuff like that: Under Armour, Nike, Russell Athletic, Reebok, you know, Adidas, you name it. That type of material, T-shirt, tank top. I sell those nonstop. And they do pretty well for me year round. It doesn't really matter. People wear them under stuff, I guess, or whatever. So this one's a little bit more interesting. So this one is from the Disney movie Cars. I don't know which one. 1, 2, or I think there's 3. This is actually incomplete. This is the exact title of this item is the Disney Pixar Cars Ramones Car Color Changer playset. And this one went for $32.92. I sold this for upwards of $40, $50. This is not complete. Usually when you sell the, if you sell it complete, it would have a plastic squeeze bottle thing. You squeeze water into it, and then a couple little cars, I think, and a ramp. Obviously, there's no box as well. So this is super incomplete, but anything, a lot of stuff from Cars, Disney Cars, Disney Planes as well, does well. This one, I think you put the car in there and it spins around, and then it changes color based on the water that comes out of the bottle, which is not here. I would preface selling anything like this. First, I would say that you need to have it listed that it's missing those parts. If you just list this up, then you say, even though you say it's used as is, incomplete, people want to know which pieces are not there. I've made that mistake in the past, and then you just get a return and possibly negative feedback. For this one, like I said, it has 3 or 4 other parts. Look up the new one. Look on the back of the box. It will usually have it listed, or at least you'll have pictures, and you can copy from the pictures and figure out what's missing. And then at the very least, write down missing parts, incomplete. Please refer to pictures for what is included and that kind of stuff. I would, it has to go for at least $30 or so. Otherwise, it's not worth it, because, like I said, sometimes these will get returned because people don't read descriptions. So generally try and only get stuff that sells fast if it's like that. And if it's incomplete and it doesn't sell fast, there's no point getting it. So that one I've sold 3 times in the last 90 days, last 120 days, something like that. So that's something I like selling. All right, back to clothing. A little bit more interesting this time, though. Hopefully I'm not boring you. This is just a Guess sweatshirt. I like vintage clothing if possible. I like the tags. See if you get that. The green tag means, green Guess tag usually means men's. The red one, I believe, means women's. And nothing fancy on the back. I'm holding up a black sweatshirt. Has a big Guess logo on it. And just a big triangle. This one sat for a while. I picked it up a long time ago. It sold for $47.46, including the tax and shipping and everything. So I think I have a little bit of a discount on that. I think it's $47.46 because it was sold under promoted listings, so it took a little bit off there. So anyways, this one sat for a while. It's actually, if you can, anyone watching the video, you can see actually through this, it's pretty worn. You can see through the, whenever you look for a sweatshirt, if you can see through it, you can't see in the light here, but I can see kind of through the sweatshirt, so you can see the light going through it. That's how you can tell how worn it is. And it's definitely a 90s type sweatshirt just based on the lettering. I wasn't too big on this one because it's not a super nice logo, but it's still sold. So I was happy with that, even though it did sit for a while. Guess isn't super popular for me. I don't always sell it. It kind of sits for a while. It doesn't matter if it's jackets. I've sold denim jackets before, though. I've sold pants, shirts, shirt, and sweatshirts like that one. But yeah. Okay, so let's grab something else. This is a little bit more interesting. This is I found this last week, I think. I just listed this in one of the videos. This is a Speed Racer Hot Wheels Talking Mach 5 toy, Target exclusive. Nothing fancy. It's still sealed, but it is bent. Anyone watching the video, you can see that kind of packaging is all kind of messed up. It was at the bottom of a shelf. This one sold for close to $50. Exact price was well, it's $49.99 plus shipping and stuff. It went for $60.78, including shipping, taxes, and fees and all that. So this right here, you can see it's even got scratches right there in the corner. But anything to do with Speed Racer, I've always done well with. If you can mix that with something to do with Hot Wheels, that's a good combo. Target exclusive, Walmart exclusive, people don't really look for, other than the fact that they may have been limited edition. A lot of times they make a lot of those these days. This one is from 2007, so it's not vintage. It's kind of just, I don't know what you call that, retro, I guess, because when you think of Speed Racer, you think of, you know, when they made it in the early 80s, I'm guessing. So that one, like I said, $60 plus, including shipping. I like to pick up anything to do with Speed Racer. It's always cool. I mean, people are just looking for it. All right, let's grab something else from here. So right now I'm holding up a red tank top. You can see that. Nothing fancy, Under Armour, heat gear, normal boring stuff. But like I said, this one is a lot of what I sell. I don't show it too much in the videos, but because it's not as interesting. $16.30 including tax and fees and shipping. So not much in this, but only about 50 cents probably in the shirt. If you can pick them up for like these kind of shirts for under $1, under $2 if it's something a little bit nicer, I would, but they will sit because you've got a million people you're competing with if you're doing used clothing. I prefer not to pick that stuff up if it's expensive. All right, let's grab something else. This is a little bit more interesting. What I'm holding up here, if anyone listening to the podcast, is a black Alicia Keys t-shirt. It's printed on there, a big picture of Alicia Keys. The back has nothing. The front of this tag again is what I like. It's a 5 super heavy XL tall made in USA tag, nice thick tag. This one I was a little wary about because if you're watching the video, you can see that's kind of that steam pressed look. So anytime you get anything you're not sure about, just put it in the listing. And that's what I do. And it in multiple angles so people can see that. This shirt sat for, I want to say, a year. I thought it was pretty cool, but it just did not sell. I had it listed for a lot higher before. It didn't sell. It went for $56.23. It is going overseas, I believe. But I was happy with over $50 for it, for a $2 t-shirt. And Alicia Keys, I don't know if it's really that vintage. It's maybe 10, 15 years old. But I thought it was pretty cool. I have some other shirts like that. They're still sitting. I might have them overly highly listed. All right, let's grab something else. Now this one, this is a ornament I'm holding up. It's a golden bird. The exact bird is a Forest of California pottery ceramic. It went for $36 and change, including shipping. It's kind of gold and red-ish bird, about 10, 15 inches long, 3-4 inches tall. The tag, you can't really read. It's worn out. It's big, metallic, thick tag. Usually that reads off the entire name. At the bottom though, you can also see where it's from. These don't go for too much. There's different birds, especially of California, that you can get. And you can see the deforest down there. It's kind of worn, but you can still see it. This sat for a while. And it finally sold, I think yesterday. And this one, like I said, $36 and change. It's not very heavy, but it's very fragile, so it's gonna have to go in a decent box. I liked that kind of stuff. I like the tag. If you usually get that tag, the tag is usually really, really cool. You can't really tell in the video what it looks like here, but it has that very 70s, early 80s kind of font to it on the tag. So I don't pick up as many ornaments as I used to, but if I see something like that with a cool tag, I will pick it up. So it's just a lot of fun. All right, so this is an example of something. North Face basic undergarment, long t-shirt. You can see long tags. I'm holding up a long sleeves North Face t-shirt. Nothing fancy, double XL. It's newer long face. It's not vintage or anything. Long face. North Face long sleeve. North Face doesn't sell for what it used to anymore. It kind of dropped in value unless you're getting something cooler, color blocked, a nicer style of some kind. Wasn't really something that I pick up that much anymore unless it's super cheap. I still sells, but not like it used to 3 years ago, I would say. The jackets do well though, and like I said, interesting colors do really, really well. So if you want to pick up that kind of stuff, that's what I would do, because otherwise it may sit, and that's not good. So that one did sit for a little bit, but it sold for $25, including shipping. And let's pick up another thing. Oh, this is just a video game. I still merchant fulfill video games on Amazon. This is a unsealed loose CD Rock Band 3 for the Wii. Nothing fancy. Picked it up for 99 cents. It's going for $20. Amazon merchant fulfilled. Nothing fancy. I'm just going to put this into an envelope, put some cardboard on either side of it, and that will be it. It will go for $3 or $4, I'm guessing, shipped. First class mail. Okay, so next one I wanted to show you was this right here. This is, I put this on Instagram too. It is a jacket for a Ken doll, Mattel Ken doll, and you see the tag there. I'm guessing it's 80s Ken. Maybe. This one sold for $31, shipped. Nothing fancy. Kit bashers, my buddy Clara would say, always like to re-clothe their dolls, their action figures at dioramas. I sell a lot of doll action figure clothing. It sits for a while though. It doesn't sell fast at all. And you can see it's, it's nicely designed. What I'm holding up is a kind of black tartan checkered jacket blazer thing for a Ken doll. It's kind of reddish, red and black, brownish and black, whatever you want to call it. And it does, like I said, it's a slow seller, but they sell well. I have 50 cents into this, and it sold for $31 and change. People love that kind of stuff. But it's an as-is needed type thing. Like, next thing I'm holding up are 2 doll boots. Brown boots, about 2.5 inches, or 2 inches by 1.5 inches, something like that. Nothing fancy. These sold for $15 shipped. I've sold these upwards of $40 before. And actually sold another one for about $40 at Mercari this weekend. I had to cancel this one that I had cross-listed there. Not this one, but I had a similar pair, lighter brown. These are dark brown boots. And again, this is probably going to somebody that's kit bashing or changing the clothing on their action figure or doll. And it's very light, easy to sell, easy to ship, easy to list. Weighs about an ounce, including the envelope. So very, very light, easy stuff to sell. I have a video on, I guess what you would call it, doll clothing, action figure clothing, kit bashing. If anyone's interested, one of the earliest podcasts we did years ago. And maybe I'll do another one on it because it's kind of interesting, but you have to be into it. It's a little bit more tedious because the sales will be slower, but you can fit like 1,000 of those items in a box. You just have to kind of sit on them for a while. And it's just a regular CD. This one sold on Amazon. I think it was a return from FBA. You can see the label right there. So it's an old FBA label. Nature's Lullaby CD. Nothing fancy from Lifescapes. I like selling CDs that have any kind of, this is the kind of stuff they play in the Gap, the background music at Target, elevator music, like if you can get that kind of stuff, especially because I'm gated in a lot of the newer categories in the music category on Amazon. Now I'm gated in anything under like 200,000 rank or 100,000 rank, which is all new artists or more popular current artists, that type of thing. That CD sold for $20 and shipped, but I still pick up CDs. I still send them into Amazon mainly. Some eBay if they're rarer, especially if they're used. But Amazon if they are more of a kind of a sealed, ready to go type thing. And if I can get them for 50 cents or $1, that's what I'll do on Amazon. Not as much anymore, like I said, as I used to, but I still do it. Okay, this is a brand called 100. Let's see if you can see that. It is a sweatshirt that I'm holding up here, black sweatshirt that has like that bomb logo on it. That's their logo. I'll show you the tag. This one for me doesn't sell that well. I don't know what it is. People say this brand, the 100, does really, really well. Sell it, blah, blah, blah. I have 3 or 4 items. They either sit or they bought and returned for no apparent reason other than they didn't like them. So this is a brand that people talk about a lot. For me, hasn't done that well. The 100, even though it stands out. The logo stands out. The lettering stands out. Everything about it stands out, actually. This one sold for, where was it? $24. So nothing fancy. Yeah, I had $3 into it. $2.99 to be exact. Thrift store buy. It's a black sweatshirt with a giant bomb and the 100s logo on the front. I don't know. Is anyone out there selling items that with that brand? Are you doing well? I haven't really done that well, so just thought I'd go into that. Okay, so it's my second to last item here. This is one, just a basic, I think this type of game you get at Target. It's called One Night Ultimate Werewolf. Nothing fancy. It's a small card game similar to the size of if you've sold Oregon Trail like a year ago, 2 years ago, kind of that quarter box size board game, card game. By Beater Games, sold for $15. Shipped, I got it for 50 cents in the thrift store. It's nothing fancy. It's used, so you can see the inside there. Just open up, make sure all the parts are in there, and take pictures of it, and then people are usually good to go. Most of the times, a lot of times with these newer board games, people haven't even touched them. They're still sealed. They're just maybe taken off the shrink wrapping. So that's what I like the best, because it's on eBay, it'd be like near new. I wouldn't sell that as much on Amazon now, only because people generally are looking for a brand new version of this. Amazon, I like to send in slightly older games where people expect it to be used. A lot of expectation because people don't really read descriptions as much. So this one sold on eBay for $15 shipped. And like I said, had about 50 cents into it, not much at all. And is this my last item? Yes, it is for now. I should have grabbed more, but that's okay. This, I always talk about this, exercise equipment, clothing, I should say. This one is a Arnold Schwarzenegger logoed cut-off tank top. And you can see at the bottom here, it is literally, someone took a pair of scissors, took and cut a black tank top bottom. So it's got that kind of cut up look. And I sell this type of stuff all the time. Just the Arnold logo, Venice Beach, Muscle Beach, black tank top, California. And it is not new. I don't even know what the brand is for this thing. It says Choice Art. This is a brand. People don't really look for the brand for these types of things. Obviously the tank top, but people like buying stuff with iconic people on it. Arnold Schwarzenegger, whether you like him or you don't, his stuff sells. Bruce Lee, Bob Marley, I don't know, Jimi Hendrix. These kind of figures that you could draw a logo up, a silhouette of, and it would sell. That's the kind of thing that people like. And you wouldn't necessarily even have to have his name. Like his name was not on that. They probably wouldn't be able to because it's probably not licensed for him. But you know, the whole thing is Venice Beach and have a guy that looks like Arnold. Or they'll have somebody kicking something maybe and it looks like Bruce Lee, playing a guitar, has the look of Jimi Hendrix, that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff looks and sells pretty easily. People like it. It's recognizable worldwide. And right now, anything exercise related is selling. Whether it's cut off tees, cut off sweatshirts, I sell a lot of. The arms are cut off. The bottom of the shirt is cut off. Even around the neck, it's all kind of frayed. So that kind of stuff. I wish I should have brought another one. Stuff, you know, made by like Everlast or Gold's Gym or any of these random gyms even. It might just say Gym Life California or something. Like that one said Venice Beach, California, Muscle Beach. So stuff that like that sells decently year round. And especially now with COVID, people are home. Exercise equipment is starting to sell again for me, and also the clothing with it. So that was it. That was just my mini lot. I hope that was okay for anyone listening on the podcast. I tried to do my best describing what the items were. I think I missed a couple at the beginning, so I apologize. So if you are interested in that, we're going to do more solds moving forward. It's kind of slower this week. A lot of my solds were boring clothing, so I try not to put those in there. I have some packaged already. So just want to remind you guys, if you want to check out our reselling group, Reseller Niche Help group on Facebook, also on Reseller_niche on Instagram. We're on YouTube. If you'd like to leave us a review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you're listening this to this on, we recently got added to Pandora. So that's pretty exciting as of last night. So I think I'm pretty much everywhere now, podcast-wise. But like I said, if you'd like to subscribe to us on YouTube, that would really help. We're hoping to get up to 1,000 subscribers. We cracked 500 about a week ago. I know that took forever, but we're hoping to ramp up to 1,000. And then, so if you can subscribe to us, comment, like, all that good stuff, and then review, leave us a review on Apple. That would be awesome because we don't have many of those either. I think we have about 20 reviews, give or take. But enough of me. I'm going to be on a little bit later. But until the next one, thank you so much for listening to the Reseller Niche podcast. Have a good one. Bye, guys.